I don't know what the heck it is. It's probably one of my children's finger grease. Okay. Welcome to a day in the life of a middle-class YouTuber who loves the color green. My name is Eric, and this is my life. Welcome. Perfect way to start one of these is a coffee sequence, right? Cheers. All right, a lot of people on the internet in 2023 were talking about how they wanted to take a break from YouTube. We talked about it extensively on our podcast. I don't blame anybody for feeling that way because I felt exactly the same way, especially in regards to this channel. I just didn't feel like I needed to make it all public information. I think I made a few videos updating here and there. Really just kind of stepped away pretty drastically just to have more time with my family and pursue new endeavors like running. And I think it's time to make an update because my creative studio that if you followed on the channel for a long time, for years, Creative Club Chicago, you know about it. It's officially closed. And we posted on Instagram about it. We had a garage sale. We're wrapping up shop with it. And a lot of people were sad and I think kind of confused because they thought like everything was over. But the reality was we had the space I'm sitting in right now and downstairs the formal Creative Club. And it just became unsustainable to have both studios. So we just closed up shop downstairs, moved up to this studio, me, Cyrus, Steven, Braxton, and Gene. So the 5 of us will be just having our own private studio up here now. So it's a very similar vibe. It's just no formality of Creative Club Chicago anymore. And that's gonna lend itself to us having our own space to work and doing all the different things that we do now. So that's the context. You'll see us moving things out today, making this space what it's going to be. It's like halfway done already, which is great. It's just a lot of moving stuff up that already exists and kind of figuring out where to place it. But we'll be podcasting with Josh Martin today. You'll be seeing some of my workflow with clientele, see the kind of work that I'm doing day to day now, a bit of an explanation on that. And yeah, I hope it's fun and helpful and enjoy.
Have you gotten your personal bin yet? Great. Go on this side.
Great.
All right, hop in.
Okay. Oh my.
One of the better rides I've ever
Wait, should I kickflip out here? I don't know if I can kickflip on the ground.
Oh. Hello, Danny.
Oh, Danny. See you soon, Danny.
Daddy, I think I'm sick.
I like turtles.
So believe it or not, I shot a wedding film recently. I haven't done one in like a couple of years actually. It's a really unique scenario in Telluride, Colorado, an elopement. I'm hoping to put that film, once it's done, up on the channel. They both had kids and it was just like coming together as a family in this new marriage. Such a beautiful place. Typically, when I have a wedding film and wedding clients, I send off a list of songs. This is something I've talked about before. This time is no different. Looking for like cinematic, folk, indie vibes. So we sent this list and they went with The Well by Sailor, which is playing right now.
I'm gonna love you till the well runs dry.
Great. One thing I absolutely adore about MusicBed, the GOAT of music licensing, is their search tools. Like I said, alternative, indie, cinematic, folk, those are the tags I typically look for in a wedding film, in something like this that caters to a lot of emotion. That's how we found this list. Cyrus and I curated it together. What's really cool about that is now that they've made a selection, I can go in and see what key it's in, and it's in D major. And so if I want to add other music to this film, I'm going to look for other songs in D major to see how I can very easily weave it within the film. There's also tools like the AI search tool, which is insane because you could put any song that you like that you feel like would fit for your project, and it will search the whole catalog on MusicBed to see songs and artists that are similar to that song or artist that you put into the search engine. So that's insane and awesome. And it's been really powerful for me in trying to figure out, we're doing a potential spec ad or a short film that's like the Sandlot themed. And so we went to the AI search engine and put in songs from the soundtrack of the Sandlot, and it pulled up all the vintage music that sounds like that in MusicBed's catalog, which there's tons of vintage music in it.
I know too much pride can hurt you so.
The reality about music for me is that I want it to be a facilitator in connecting with the audience emotionally. And if it's not doing that, it feels like white noise. And so if you want to try that out and make that a part of your filmmaking process, make a switch to MusicBed, try it out, 14-day free trial. You can check out the link in the description. And thank you to MusicBed for sponsoring this video. That whole wedding was shot on the Canon C70, so the footage you saw there was Canon C70 footage. And then Braxton shot on his Lumix S5. Was it S5? Braxton! He's got noise canceling headphones in. Braxton Wallace! What's your camera again?
My camera?
Yeah, that you used in Colorado.
It's a Lumix S5 2X.
Great name.
Fantastic name.
So that was the other footage. No, great camera. I've just never tried it before. So stoked on everything about that wedding. It's just, I mean, clearly just unbelievably beautiful. I've been rocking the C70 for the better part of 2 years, 2.5 years. And they just released the C80. We did a whole Rally Caps episode about it. Canon actually reached out to me to get my hands on it soon, hopefully. So it's basically every gripe I've had with the C70, which there aren't that many, honestly. People really don't like certain parts of the C70. They don't bother me that much. It's flippy screen and then not having SDI. They improved the screen, they added an SDI and triple base ISO, which had confirmation from Sam Newton that the low light is insane. And it is, like, based off of his Norway footage. I'm very excited for that camera. I can't wait to use it. So just wanted to let you know what that was shot on. It's graded with my LUTs, all that good stuff. So next. Oh, and also one of the best additions to this new studio is something Braxton got. Was I close?
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Thanks for making the staircase hook. Come here, bud. Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. It's okay, I got no one's coming in today. Actually, great to see you. Welcome back. How are you?
We're like halfway done getting everything up, so.
Wow. It's just the podcast room. Yes. But now it's also the work.
We need to clean it up, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's getting there. It's not. It'll be fully full. It'll be an instance of people.
Oh! Dang, I hit that.
Man.
I don't trust this because there's something shaky in here.
Oh! That was on. Oh, oops!
Whose drink is that?
It's okay, it's done anyways.
Okay, good.
That would have been bad.
What just happened when I saw it?
Welcome to the Rally Caps set. This is something we have been changing throughout the past year and a half, just kind of evolving as we go. But our base setup is these Rode pod mics. We have 4 on stands, and what's really helpful with it, with noise on the table, we actually have these little circular cork stands, which is awesome. So it just absorbs any of that. Stools, chairs, and it's going into the Rode Caster, the newer version, Pro 2. It's really colorful. Very nice. As we're moving up here more, there's just a lot more clutter. So normally we don't have this, but we might keep that there just to like put some more stuff in the back. The way we film this, every episode goes on YouTube as well as, podcast, streaming services, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the other ones that do people listen to podcasts on other ones? We record on 2 C70s usually. They're my C70s, and if it's just Steven and I, we'll do like a 50 mil. Like right now, it's just his nifty 50, the 1.8 plastic one. Oh, autofocus is on. But today, Steven and I will be on one side, and so this camera, the other C70, with the 15 to 35 will be on to get both of us on that side. So Steven edits the episode. He uses an AI tool, and it's just escaping me. What's it called? Autopod. To cut the episodes. So it will intelligently recognize when each person is talking, correlated with the camera angle, and it'll just chop up the whole episode. So it takes very little editing on front and back to just put the intro out. I think that's good. Yeah, practical lights. Oh, lighting. We have Yeah, practical lamps throughout. So those two just kind of sit in the back as hair lights, even though they're not really doing anything, the lights up top are. So we put these, what are they? They're 2x4s that are 12 feet long, 2x6s. And we have a Aperture 300X on that side. That's on the opposite side of the wall. Super cool. And then we have it like clamped up there with the Aperture mini dome that's gridded. So that is a hair light and a backlight that's hitting usually Steven on that side. And then an Aperture 120D that has a cone on it, like the spherical, shell cone. I don't know what it's called. And it has like a little hairnet over it, like a diffuser. Man, words are hard today. Diffusion. Little diffuser to make that a bit softer, but those hair lights are really great to make it feel like you have a backlight. And then we tried shadow side, but didn't like it. We'd like it to look a bit more bright. So we actually have this Godox panel down here that they gave me years ago. And this is great. It actually, we used it on a set for a feature film for a friend. It can do like, you know, emulate a fire or a TV or whatever, but we just have it on daylight and then we bounce it into this white wall. So we're probably not gonna put anything on this wall just because it basically is a huge softbox if you reflect light into it like that. A-B difference is kind of crazy when you turn it off, but we like kind of that soft glow on camera side. And that's it. We have sound blankets up there, a couple sound panels back there. Now that this place is becoming more full, it's so much less echoey and you can actually hear what's going on in the podcast. Plus the Rode mics do a great job of absorbing a lot of that sound. There's a lot of information. Okay.
So let me tell you about the Earls real quick. This is the 14 mil, zero distortion, T1.9. It's purely beautiful lens on the GFX. 8K, large format. Jeez. Does a lot of things. 8K. I don't even touch 8K.
8K ProRes?
8K ProRes is chunky.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
But what I learned too, like the reason why companies are going 8K is that, what are they called? The vision walls, the video walls, like for the virtual production and stuff. They shoot the 8K plates so they can put it on those walls. So the larger the resolution, the more detail they can scale up and reposition and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So this camera would be made for that, just like the Sony A1, because that's 8K. It's a gimmick for a consumer, in my opinion, but it makes sense in the professional setting to get a camera that's small enough that can pack that punch.
Oh. Fancy seeing you here. Now we are jumping into a call for a potential sponsor on Moving Still, our documentary. So this is now 2.5 years after we have started the film and about 6 or 7 months of touring it in places. And now we're hoping to get title sponsor on the film. Can't disclose who that is and if it will happen, but hopefully it does. It's kind of an important call. 10 minutes. Gotta go check with Steven where we're gonna take it, because we have 2 disheveled studios now. Yeah, we're very open to what it looks like to collaborate on something like this.
You misuse me.
Huge announcement. I am holding Cyrus's Sony. Just thought you might want to know. Okay, but all jokes aside, Cyrus just asked me if he should break down his FX3 rig, because this is what he shot with for a wedding this weekend, because we're going to be filming a running video for my running channel this week. I have a big midweek workout, and he normally flies this on the DJI Ronin Pro 3, RS3 Pro, RS3. So he needs to take the V-mount out, rails, top handle, everything to be able to fly it. And this savage bodybuilder is on an electric bike with that gimbal for the whole workout. So, but that's why this camera is so great for that situation, because it's so compact when you break it down and put it on a gimbal. Pretty much all of today in this vlog, I just want to like give some insight into our workflow and the things that we do. I'm not planning on switching to Sony, but he uses this as a tool for that channel, which is great. Love this camera, awesome. Sony!
We can use the C80 for running stuff.
I mean, I know I'm in the gym a lot.
Okay.
But
okay. Okay.
But my issue with using the C80, even though it sounds great, like the internal ND with the triple base ISO, it sounds great, but there's not really any difference for me with like a screw-on ND versus built-in, because either way I'm gonna have to stop the bike to change it because I only have one hand.
Okay.
It's also just gonna be a lot heavier because we're gonna have to roll with the RS3 Pro gimbal instead of the RS3, which is significantly heavier, and then the camera is gonna be significantly heavier as well. So who knows? I mean, we might try it out for like shorter stuff, and just like, I'd love to see the footage out of it for sure.
Yeah. Because we could shoot 6K if we wanted to.
That's true. Yeah.
Sadly, I'm having to part ways with my negative supply kit. I love this, and if you're unfamiliar with what it is film scanning. So we would send our film off to a lab in Chicago for the longest time, get the negatives back, and then in studio, put it in these film carriers from Negative Supply, light bed there, and then you'd roll the film through the carrier and actually put a digital camera on top and photograph the negative with a macro lens. And then you bring that in Lightroom and you convert the negative to positive with Negative Lab Pro, a plugin in Lightroom. That became too cumbersome with all the things that we're doing in the studio. Everyone was just kind of like, it's turning into a part-time job to like scan our own film. When you come back with 10 rolls of film, it's gonna take you, I don't know, 3 hours probably to scan all of that and the process of it and then convert all of it, if not more. We hadn't been using it, and I've actually been using Nice Film Lab, and I'm part of the Nice Film Club. They're based out of Brooklyn. Steven has used them, he recommended them, and so I get high resolution TIFF scans from them. Turnaround time's about 4 to 5 days. So it's not as timely. I can't get my film back as quickly, but the scan is incredible. It's better than this system. Highlights were kind of weird. The conversions would be weird with Negative Lab Pro. So we had a garage sale for Creative Club as we're leaving this space, and then I was able to actually sell this online. So I'll be shipping it out tomorrow, saying goodbye to it. Sad because lots of memories with this. And what's so fun about it is if you get the right carriers, you can actually scan, I think all the carriers have this option, you can scan the borders of the film, which is really fun. And I know there's an option to do that at Nice, but you can't get the same extension of borders that you would get here. So I don't know, it was really fun and vibey to be able to like show the edges of the film frame and like prove that it was shot on film. So I will miss that. I actually loved that look. Goodbye. Thanks for the memories. I hope that was interesting. If you've followed me for a long time, I hope that was a robust enough update. All the things we're working on. Touched on most of them today. I want to do more videos like this, longer form, kind of day in the life, just what we're doing. It's gonna be easier to do in that space upstairs. It felt like Creative Club, in the way that it was spread out in the past few years, has just been kind of partitioned into different rooms, and we're not working in the same place at all times. So to have like people come through for rally caps and just to be doing stuff, you know, with Cyrus, with running, with all these things, I hope that it could be interesting, informative, helpful, entertaining, all those good things. So thanks for watching if you got all the way to the end. Thank you to Music Bed for sponsoring the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.